Super professional intro with no music so I don't get copyright struck. Struck. Yeah! Hello there and welcome to the tour of the first run HoverVehicle16 HoverBreaker. My name is Wimperman and I'm the Chief Designer, Chief Builder, Chief Architect and Chief Dumbass of the HoverDozer update project. So, as you can probably tell, this used to be called a HoverDozer. I've renamed it to HoverBreaker because I want to reuse the name HoverDozer for another vehicle. But this is a low-level salvage and repair vehicle. It comes with a multi-turret for your salvage and repair needs. It also has a drill in case when you dismantle a POI you end up stuck in a big hole. You can drill yourself out of it. Now I'm planning two more bigger ones that will have more drills, but I wanted to keep this one fairly simple, so it's only got one. And it also has a turret for self-defense. You may also have noticed, as is usual with my kind of industrial vehicles, it had some flashing orange hazard beacons on it too. As you can also tell, it is an enclosed cockpit vehicle, which is airtight. You can see the ventilator swirling around in there. And if I do... Oh, I need to turn the HUD back on. HUD. Thank you. There we go. If I get the debug out, you'll see there's oxygen in the cab. Hooray! Right. Let's go through the other features of the vehicle. As usual, I will start with the propulsion. I say start because obviously I've already talked through the salvage and repair and the turret and the stuff. So it has 5 hover engines, including one extra on this corner to help keep up the multi-turret, because that's a heavy thing. It's just over a ton. Yeah. And it has also another hover engine here set to max lift. Now the entire back end is basically container extensions for the ore and wood container. That's 5,000 of your SUs in there. And yet the max lift hover engine there helps to keep that up when it's full of stuff. Max lift also turns on the RCS in the center of the vehicle. Now there is another one which is on by default here, and if we have a look at the stats you'll see that it's 46 degrees per second in yaw just with that one at the front, which is odd because when I was building it it said 48, but whatever. And then when we turn max lift on, empty of course, it goes up to 64. It is also propelled in the forward direction by 2 mediums and a small. Braking reverse is the same, and then there are 3 smalls left and right. Next then we have 2 O2 tanks behind that shutter for the ventilator, of course. There is also an O2 station there for your breathing needs. Fuel tanks and power generation. There is a large generator just above that hover booster. If I go into that Wi-Fi block there, it's there. There. It has 4 large fuel tanks. As you can see, it has a wireless connection and the detector is on the back. It has some work lights. That one points in that direction. This one points forward, and then we have a diagonal left, a left, and a sort of diagonal backwards, so that you can light up any POI that you might be dismantling with your multi-turret. It also does have a headlight. It does point forward rather than diagonally down. but that's on a different switch. Inside we have a fridge, the single extension ammo container for the ammo for the Gatling turret up there. Couldn't remember what it was called. I know they're called minigun turrets, but like I've said in another video, a minigun is a specific weapon. I'm not sure why they call it a minigun in this. Hey ho. This vehicle is a T2 CPU, as you can tell by the extender there. And it has 2 small cargo boxes as well. I think that's everything, because it's a fairly simple build. Yeah, I mean, it's got 1 hover booster, but you probably saw that anyway. It did have 2 when I was building it, but I removed 1 so that the hover engine here, when I added it, wouldn't be obstructed. I got some pictures for you to look at. So this is kind of a real world equivalent, which is why it looks like this. I felt it deserved an explanation. It's kind of a funny shape because it's supposed to be the future equivalent of that. Which is why the cab is on one side and the back is kind of box-ish. As you can see, there's also a little bit of a step platform that you can stand on. Oh yeah, I didn't do a test drive. Let's do a quick test drive. So it performs a little bit like this. Whee! And that's without pilot mode on. If I turn it on, it's not too bad considering. Yes. And oh yeah, I was going to land it. Oh, we're on a bit of a wonk. Can I be bothered to find some? Apparently I can. Some more flat ground. There we go. Cool, I'm a bit more level now. Right. What? So, it's not very easy to get in there. But then, the only space in there, really, is a 1 block gap. But then, that's assuming you're trying to jump in there. Because you can do that, and now you're inside. Did I? Yeah, I showed that, because I showed the volume, didn't I? So, the Aurum wood is there. Joe, I'm not actually sure if the multi-turret requires an Aurum wood container controller. I'm presuming that they do, because a drill turret does. Although I'm hoping even if it doesn't, it will still use it because the drill technically needs one. Right, so thank you very much for taking an interest in the HoverBreaker. I hope you get some use out of it, and I hope to either see you in the other video for this build, the refitting of, or in a different video for another build. So thank you very much, and goodbye. Super professional outro! Just to give you time really to remove this video from your watch later list or something.